Today, we're going to look at our Katzbalger. It's a great sword, it's very interesting history, and it also comes with a dagger of a similar style if you so choose. The Katzbalger itself is a short sidearm. Used by the Landesknechts, this type of sword is exceptionally good in a close quarters combat, and is probably one of the reasons they evolved this design of sword. One of the most unique features of it is the guard. It turns back in on itself and creates a figure 8 shape that is very noticeable. This one in particular has some detailing all around it and is a very fashionable looking, nice piece. It is a sword that would have been worn right at the side or across your back even. And you see this illustrated a lot in the period descriptions and illustrations of Landesknechts. And this particular piece really makes a sword quite substantial heft in the hand. It's only about 2.5 pounds. The blade length's about 20 inches. Overall, it's just a little over 25 inches. So it's not a big sword at all, but it's very hefty in the hand and feels like you could really wield about you in a way that would be significant against an opponent. This particular piece has 2 fullers running parallel in the blade. They made this type of blade with lots of fuller configurations and such in the period. This particular piece is a replica of one that's in the Klingen Museum in Solingen, and it is a particularly nice example. It has the very wide pommel that illustrates oftentimes the way the sword would move in the hand, in a sense that you'd be able to power your back edge cuts off that flange of the pommel itself. It creates a nice look and feel and is very recognizable as a Katzbalger. We do a dagger to match that is based on the same piece, created with the same details and things, and is a nice sidearm to have on your belt. It has a particularly elongated type of the Katzbalger guard, which you see on the daggers. And it is a really nice piece when you look at it. The Katzbalger form of sword you see from a dagger size up through the single hand and all the way into the two-handed variety. In the two-handed variety, you will often see a pear shape or a cent-shaped pommel, usually quite short still, but it makes it a little more functional as a two-handed sword. You will still see some with very large figure 8 guards on them. On our website, there's an excellent review that someone has put up about the sword, so you should check that out. The word Katzbalger probably means something along the lines of cat fight. It is a good description of a close quarters combat, I would guess, but it also is something that's been used down through time. I once received a letter from an older gentleman who lived right on the border between modern-day France and Germany. He said that when they would start fights in the streets between the boys, the old men would call them Katzbalgers.